Hey guys, welcome to the Gig Economy Podcast, episode 165.
No, it's
I was
not.
seeing if you were paying attention.
I'm not because I'm being distracted like crazy.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
it's okay. Episode 132
132.
with your beautiful dad bod lovers, Jesper and Jason. Thank you guys so much. Looking forward to a fun show tonight. Do me a favor real quick. If you're on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or Podchaser, if you could rate the show, say something cool, say something about your best tip for rideshare driving in the comments. That could be your comment. You don't even have to say we have a good show. Just say I drove on Super Bowl and it was shitty or something. But you should give us a 5-star.
Absolutely.
I mean, but write whatever you want. I don't even care.
I know. Well, try something about the show. That'd be best.
I know, but be funny about it. I don't even care. Just do whatever, say whatever you want. Also, while you're on Facebook, you can give us stars if you love what we are doing. That is like a reward system on Facebook. You can check that out. And also on YouTube, if you listen on YouTube or watch, we have YouTube memberships for $3 a month. You get a special GIF and a sticker that you can apply when you chat just for you. No one else can have it. Only the members can have it. It's your turn.
Only the mimics. Yeah, I know. Sorry.
It's okay. We're learning.
No, we're not. I apologize. I'm being distracted right now.
What? Turn your phone off.
No, yeah, I know. So, yeah, anyways, I want you guys all to go to the new gigeconomyshow.com, which did change about, this January 1st, I believe we made it live. So, it's still a work in progress. I still am dreadfully saying that I have not updated the merch yet.
Just don't talk shit about it. Tell them it's awesome.
It is. No, well, it's not. But it's better than it was. So it's a work in progress, and we just want you all to go to the gigeconomyshow.com. And if you're not already signed up for our newsletter, please sign up for our newsletter. You're going to get notified every time a new episode hits the channel or every time we live stream. So it's actually very beneficial.
I'd like to shout out our Patreon members, Larry, Samson, Steve, Chris, James, Bud, Tom, Omar, Lindsay, Jamie. Are you going to be the next one? You can go to patreon.com//gig-econ podcast. We offer 2 tiers, $5, $10. The $10 gets extra piece of merch after the 3rd month, and you also get the show ad-free, so you don't have to listen to me talking about our sponsors or anything that we put in there. That would be awesome. Also, we are going to be live streaming tonight after the show on Patreon for 10-15 minutes. So if you join tonight, you'll get a notification about right around 9:15 that we're live streaming. Also, the Telegram group, if you want to chat with other gig workers around the country, the link is in the description. Go ahead and click that and talk to all our friends.
Actually, definitely join our Telegram group because the attendance is a little bit down. But we want to get it up. Well, get the attendance back.
That's what she said.
Then, of course, we have our brand new show, which is the everybody who is a known fan of the show know that now for 5 years, or we're going on year 5 now, we have done our regular show every other week. And since January 1st, we started our other show, which goes all the opposite weeks, and we're calling it the B-Side. And we're talking to some cool people. Now, last week, we were supposed to talk to Janet from New Zealand. That didn't work, unfortunately, because we had all kinds of problems. It was just the internet. I don't know if there was something going on with the internet or whatever, but then also StreamYard was just not behaving.
Yeah.
So anyways, long story short, we ended up just talking about me, which, that's pretty cool too, because hey, I'm pretty interesting. No, but seriously, it was still a good time, and go and listen to that episode. And of course, next week, what are we doing next week, Jason?
We will not be live streaming because I will be in sunny Mexico, but we are interviewing Hannibal is Hungry from YouTube. We'll be doing that on Monday, and we are going to do it live on Monday, then replay it at Wednesday at 8. But I will not be here for the replay.
Sounds like a plan.
By the way, Mark, of course, he's so critical of our show. I spelled Cheetos wrong, and no one caught it except Mark.
I caught it because
why did you say something?
I spelled it right in the email.
Why did you tell me? I could have changed it before I went live.
I just found it I saw it an hour ago.
That would have been plenty of time.
Chettos.
Yeah, you know where I went to private school. So, I mean, I can't spell. I actually looked it up, too, and I still typed it wrong. I just think I fat-fingered it. Delivery
It's
cats,
okay.
where do we put in the stars? Jesper can bend over? I don't know. I'm not sure how it works. I just know that they reached out to me and said that we could do it. So maybe I should actually know how it works.
Yeah, maybe you should know how it works.
I'll look into that. Hey, I did a couple polls over the last couple weeks. I'm going to start doing that. And I asked who was working the Super Bowl and how much money did you make. We had 66% said they did RideShare over the Super Bowl, and about 40, whatever that is, 44% did food delivery. I would have thought it would be like 90% food delivery and 10% RideShare. But
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I was out driving on Super Bowl Sunday, but not during Super Bowl.
right during the day.
Yeah. I was done 4-ish, something like that. I had a hellish weekend.
Yeah, it was between 4 and 5.
But,
Why don't you just jump into that?
I can. So Jason and I jokingly told Jason on Thursday that I wanted to make $1,000 this weekend, and he said, "There's no way you're gonna make $1,000." And so I said, "Can I make it interesting?" And so we did. We had a small bet. We had a small bet going, and of course that even more made me wanna do it. So what's so funny?
I'm laughing at that you just put the grind in. That's what I'm laughing at.
I know, right? So anyways, long story short, from Friday at 8 p.m. till Sunday at 5 p.m., I drove 25 hours, and I had 70 rides.
My God.
And including my cash tips, I made $1,019.
Yeah.
$29.
No. That was without your cash tips.
No. $939 without my cash tip, and then $1,019 with cash tips.
Okay.
So yeah, I actually made $1,000 in a week. It is possible.
Yep.
And I must say, most of those rides were not excellent comfort,
Yeah.
because you can't do that. You gotta just drive. You
Right.
just gotta do it. But so what happened is, both Friday night, probably after 11. Friday night at 11, I went to Excellent Comfort Only. And Saturday, same time, 10-ish, I went to Excellent Comfort Only.
Okay.
And yeah, that did it. And so 70 rides. I did, I don't even remember. I did 22 rides Friday, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And I did, Sunday I did 17 rides. So whatever the difference is there on Saturday, I can't do math right now.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It was a lot of fucking rides. Let's just put it that way.
And let's also say, and if anybody will ask me about this in court, I will deny it. But I may or may not have been up 24 hours on Friday.
Yeah. Yeah. That's crazy. Hey, Delivery Cats, you just go to the video and it says where the comments, there's give stars. I gave 50 stars. Actually, I gave 100 to us, but it doesn't really show up in the stream, so I don't know. Interesting. You can earn badges for that, for sending stars? That's pretty dope. But anyways, that's what you can do to do it. It just doesn't show up.
So there was one special thing that I want to talk about real quick, and I don't know if you will have it in there to push it up, because you put it in the in the overlay. But anyways, my last ride Friday morning was 425. There you go. And this was the first time I had this. I've obviously had scheduled rides before, but I'd never had a scheduled ride with a reservation fee on it.
Yeah.
And so this was the first time that I've had, and it was just interesting to me. This is great. This was an X ride, okay, an X ride. I made $24 to take somebody from downtown Grand Rapids to the airport. Right, that was the base price, and there was no boost on it or nothing. This was.
Yeah, it's the reservation, but I didn't think the driver got the reservation fee.
Well, but see, if you look at it, it's also weird, right? Because there is a $10 reservation fee, but then there's a minus $12.20 service fee that Uber then takes.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that reads.
I don't know either. It's all like it's Uber math. There's too many numbers on there, and
Right.
I just don't understand why
So-
that. But you're gonna take it.
Oh, I took it, and then of course they also tipped me $8.30 on that, so I ended up making $32 on that ride, which was great.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Steve, you can go ahead and share whatever you want. Just keep me clothed if you can. So my story of the week, I drove all weekend too. I did not do the 70 rides. I could not believe that Jesper was going to get $1,000. I'm like, there's no effing way he's going to get $1,000. I can't believe you did it. And I was like, why don't I take this damn picture off? Sorry. I was like, there's no way. And I was like, I need pictures of your cash tip. And then he like all of a sudden has a random 50. I'm like, this is some bullshit right here. This is some bullshit. But I think it was true, and I gave him the $20.
The 50 was it was I ended
Allegedly.
I ended up picking up an old fan of the group, and he used to drive with us back in the days. Justin,
Yep.
he was out doing some partying out in Holland, and so I ended up picking him up, and
Yeah.
so that was nice.
So without that, you would not have gotten the $50.
well, I would have obviously kept going until
Yeah.
I did, because it was just
Could
another
have
thing.
you?
It was just I had time enough.
Was
to
it
do
from
it.
GR to Holland?
Yeah.
Or so how many? Yeah, I don't know if you would have got the 1,000. You would have had to take a couple of rides to get that 50.
Oh no, I would have. Yeah, I would have had
Oh.
to take a couple of rides, but again,
Okay.
I would have just done that.
Right.
You know.
All right, so this is what a tip I got. What have you guys ever gotten as a tip? I know we talked about this, but look at this shit. This lady got me healthy Cheetos, and I know I spelled Cheetos wrong, and I'll change that later, but healthy Cheetos. So the story goes, she was drunk, and she used an Uber driver. Like, she said she's dabbled or
Right.
whatever. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. You know, whatever, we're talking, and she's like, you know, I've eaten healthy all week, and I just kind of let go tonight. I'm like, it's okay. One day a week, it's fine to get shitty and then get back on the horse in the morning. I mean, otherwise you go insane. So she's like, do you want anything? I said, no. She goes, are you sure? I'm like, no. Do you want some water? Like, I kept saying no. Finally, I said no for everything. And finally she comes out and she hands me those Cheetos. And then she's like, well, if you don't like them, you can give them for the kids. I'm like, I'm sorry you're dieting, but who the fuck eats these Simply Cheeto Puffs? I don't know.
They're probably delicious.
I don't know. I didn't eat them. They're still in my cupboard, if that tells you anything. That wasn't last weekend. It was the weekend before. But that tells you they're half eaten. So I don't think they're that good. Not for me, for my kids. I didn't eat one of them. So
they don't really like them.
yeah. But anyways, yeah, my driving wasn't as much. I did the 50 rides, got the bonus. I think I made like a little less than $500. I don't know. That was a lot of driving even for me.
Yeah.
It sucked. I did a lot of it during the day too. So that's, as you know, on Sunday, that was super tough to do.
But the interesting part for me was, so I did Saturday night. I had done, when I was done Saturday, or Sunday morning, whatever, I had done 53 rides.
Yeah, and you needed 70.
Right.
So
I did 17 rides on Sunday, that was hard. Right?
yeah, during the day.
That was like I was online for 7 hours to do 17 fucking rides. Right? Sorry. Anyways, but what I was trying to say is, Friday and Saturday I drove, right? And at that point, I had $850.
So you did not make that much on those.
Oh no, not at all. No.
Yeah.
But the point I was trying to make is, if I didn't drive, my hourly rate actually went down by driving Sunday.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but I did it because it was the $1,000 I wanted to break that $1,000.
Right.
But there's really very little reason to do it, you know, unless you need the cash.
Yeah, I mean, as you reflect back, yeah, you got an extra $55 for doing those 20 rides?
That's all it was. Yeah, $55.
Yeah. So you, even with that, you don't think it would be worth doing those?
I made maybe $120 on those 17 rides.
Yeah.
I mean, you do the math on that one.
That's a long day. It's sitting on your ass for 7 hours. I mean, you grinded the whole time too, right?
I know, yeah.
I mean, we know you don't go pee, so. I mean, you
I
might.
did actually stop once. For
Okay.
Pete, but yeah, but,
Yeah,
but still, yeah, I was out there grinding.
Yeah, well, good for you.
And yeah, no, that wasn't worth it. But again, to get to the $1,000, but yeah, as a Saturday by itself was well worth it.
Okay, here's another question for you.
Yeah.
You're doing the every other week thing, which I applaud you for doing because you used to get burned out doing it every weekend. So not this weekend, but the next weekend. I'll give you another $20 if you hit $1,000.
I'm not gonna. That's my birthday weekend, man.
Even better, you tell people it's your birthday.
I'm not
I'll
driving that
I'll make you a
weekend.
little sign you can stick up with some tape and say,
No,
"Hey, it's my
we're
birthday."
we're going to the theater Friday night.
Hey, you're losing out on $20.
Okay, fine.
And he's like, all right, $20. See, $1,000 or $20 or beers and drinks with my wife and probably some sex. Yeah. Okay. All right, moving on. Gig economy in the news. I titled this "Is Lyft going bankrupt this year?" because I have to show you some pictures that you're going to be shocked with, and I know the audio can't see them, but I can show you. So I don't know where this came from, but this is a passenger picture and the cost it's going to be. So it's in Florida, of course, in Florida. Looks like somewhere on the coast going to maybe Orlando, and it doesn't give me mileage or anything, but it's $576, okay? Now, I'm sure this driver did this and then requested it, and maybe one of his friends got it. So here's what the driver was going to get paid for that. $71. $71. Now, some people might say this isn't the same trip or whatever, but I mean,
but it's mile one.
I mean, it's an hour 35 on that one, and it's what is it? It's somewhere. I don't know. Maybe I cut it off, but basically,
it's close enough.
It's close enough.
Yeah.
This is why they're worried about going bankrupt, because they're taking so much money from passengers. They're freaking out.
Right.
They're freaking out. They're like, we need cash so bad. But like, who would pay that? I mean, you could take an airplane there for cheaper, probably.
Absolutely.
So, I don't know what your predictions are, everybody in the chat, but
I actually had a discussion this weekend with one of my passengers about Lyft.
did you?
Yeah, we were kind of talking. He's like telling me that he normally does Lyft, and he likes to take Lyft rides over Uber rides, and so he has had a better experience with Lyft. And I just said, that's awesome. You're hearing that, but I wanted to know that in most markets in America right now, drivers are kind of shying away from using Lyft because Lyft is taking way too big of a share.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, wow, he was unaware.
Yeah, well, most riders are unaware. And honestly, before the pandemic, I did prefer to take Lyft rides. I made more. The passengers seemed less asshole-ish. I tried Lyft last week. I got one ride, and it was a kid with no car seat, so I got $2. They literally deposited $2 into my account this week because that's all I took for Lyft. Because I was like, I'm not getting any bonuses from them, so I thought I better drive a little bit, let them know I'm still interested. And I did one ride, and it was a cancel. And it's just like, I miss Lyft. I made more money.
Now you said that, it reminded me of one more ride I need to talk about because it was just, she kind of threw me away. I mean, she kind of like, what she did was so out of character almost.
Yeah.
From what else we noticed. So this was it was a young mom. I don't know whether she was single or not, but a young mom. She was, in her car and with her child, and he was probably just shy of a year. He was very young. So she had been renting a car on Turo.
Yeah, Turo.
Yeah, this was actually Sunday. And so I went and picked her up at Amaya out on Cascade because that was where she dropped off at Turo. And so obviously she had a car seat with her because obviously she dropped off at Turo. She came over, she put the car seat in my car. It was all fine, everything we got, and strapped the child in, and she went in next to him and everything like that. And then she had to stop. Okay, so we ended up stopping just at a grocery store. But here's the thing that she did that most other drivers did not do. She took the child with her.
Yeah.
I mean, most other riders just leave the kid.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
And, I was so impressed. I said, you know what? I told her right on the spot, I said, you did it right. Thank you so much for actually caring enough about your child and his safety to take him with you into the store.
Well, what's crazy is like you're impressed with that. Everyone, it should be reversed. I'm not trying to piggyback on your story, but I had someone when I was driving, I think it was during the day, same thing. I picked her up at the mall, had a kid, strapped it in, like everything was fine. And then she's like, oh, I need to make a stop at Meijer and I have to go to the pharmacy. I was like, well, if it's got to be quick and you have to take your kid with you. And then she was like, I'll just end the ride there, which was fine. But I wonder if she was going to hop out and leave the kid in there. I mean, who knows? But I swear it happens more often than not.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
People will just leave their kid there with anybody.
Yeah.
And here's the thing that's so crazy to me is, why?
Because you're a stupid idiot.
No, but it's. Don't they realize they don't know us from Adam?
Right.
We can take off. We
Right.
can cancel the ride and go sell them. Not that we would, but you know what I mean? It's like,
hey, breaking news. Jesper wants to go in the business of selling children on the black market.
It's just bullshit. I mean, I'm sorry. But you're right. I shouldn't be sitting here being impressed with her actions, right? It should be the norm.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah.
I'm getting off my soapbox.
Pete said people will leave their kid in their car with a stranger, but then raise a motherfucker ruckus because their fucking cheeseburger had too much ketchup.
Priorities. Hashtag priorities.
Yeah, for sure. Jesper, tell us about, sometimes we have articles in here that aren't gig related, but it's about electric vehicles, and so I got geeky about it. So we're talking about it.
Well, and I think it's cool, and I actually thought that you gave it to me because I saw one.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
So this article is about how Domino's, get up here, how Domino's now have in Grand Rapids have added, I think they said 10 electric vehicles to their fleet. And so there's 2 for each of the locations. They have one in Grand Rapids. They have one in Marshall, Ionia, Jenison, and Wyoming. And each of those locations, I'm assuming they have two cars now. So that is really pretty cool. And as I said, I saw one Saturday night.
How did you know it was electric? Is it labeled like we're electric? Or you just recognize that?
I recognized the car, and it looked brand new.
What kind of car is it?
Well, they are.
Are they Chevys? Got to be Chevys.
Yeah. What do they call them? What? I forget the brand. Oh, come on.
See if I can beat
the
you
Volts,
to it.
Chevy Volts.
Oh yeah,
Chevy Bolts. Sorry, not Volts.
Oh, they're bolts.
Yeah.
Oh, bolts. There's a Volt and a Bolt.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, that's real nice and confusing. Way to go, Chevy, to differentiate the cars.
So anyway, so that's pretty cool. Now, the cool thing is that Domino's Pizza have, rolled out on a national electric vehicle fleet last fall, and since then the company has launched more than 470 electric vehicles at stores across the United States. So that's pretty cool. And the article also goes on to saying that there's a couple of reasons as to why they're doing it. Obviously, electric vehicles are cool and they're good for the economy, right? Good for the environment. Thank you.
Not the economy.
They're also doing it to attract drivers, which is pretty interesting.
Domino's is?
Yeah, because they want the pizza delivery drivers, right? So they're thinking that if they have better cars, they'll be easier for them to attract pizza delivery drivers.
Well, here's the weird thing. They're like the only pizza place that doesn't use gig for their delivery, which I applaud them for that. But I don't know if I'm going to go work at Domino's because it has an electric car. I mean, like,
come on,
it's
you're
cool,
not.
but I mean, like,
why are you not?
Because I don't care. I don't want to work for.
But you like Tesla. You said you love Teslas.
Of course, I want one for my personal life. I don't want to work in one. I mean, like, if I worked for Domino's and they brought those on, I'd be super stoked.
Right.
But I'm not going to go to a job just because it has electric vehicle. Although I did say I'd work for a DSP 1 week so I could drive the Rivian van. But other than that, that's my commitment. So
the Rivian van. That's a pretty cool van.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. Can you stop deep throating the mic with your breath?
No, I like.
You're like this. Yeah, that's cool. It's because you have your mic turned up to your nose.
Always complaining. This is what I have to deal with, guys.
You know what? I gotta say this. Mike, I said this like I was talking about a podcast I was listening to. This is total side note, and I'll probably cut this out from the audio, but This is interesting. You and Ben never had mic presence. You still don't after all these years. Like Mike will know like if he's too loud or if he's breathing too loud. You just fucking just talk. You and Ben were the same way. You'd be like, "Yep, and you'd be like, and not knowing that I have to edit this fucking shit later on
purpose.
Oh, so that's even worse. You fucking lucky I love you. That's bonus for being on the live stream because I'm cutting this shit out for the audio podcast. Pete said I saw a Rivian SUV here in town. They have an SUV? I only know that they have the truck. I don't know, but they're not doing good. Have you seen their stock? It's terrible. They're having a lot of problems with those Rivians. Is it Rivian or Rivian?
I don't know.
Are you mad at me because I yelled at you?
No.
Okay. Well, anyways, we love electric vehicles. I want an electric vehicle, but it's just
not happening.
It's not happening. It's going to be a hybrid. All right, moving on. God, this is fucking hilarious.
I know, this is
if
the
it's
best.
fake or not, I don't care. I wish I'd have the balls to do this. So it's Instacart. Hi, Misty. It's James, your Instacart shopper here. Thank you for giving me a chance to shop for you today. Based on the tip amount provided, I'm happy to tell you you've chosen service level 1, our lowest level. So I apologize beforehand that the store will be out of most of your products. They're definitely out of all meat and alcohol products you were hoping to get. Thanks for shopping with Instacart, and sorry for parking on your lawn. It gets me closer to your door so I can throw the groceries to your porch for faster service. Please feel free to let me know if there's anything else I cannot get for you today. So I don't know if it's real or not. Probably not.
It's awesome, though.
It's fucking hilarious. It's like when you want to tell, when we've seen the
Right.
the people asking for a tip. We've played videos of that, like right at the Ring doorbell. It's like that kind of level. So absolutely love that.
So the next one is an announcement to the local group.
Yes. It's
And
finally back.
It's finally back. And what is it you say? The shit show of Iris of Ionia. Iris on Ionia.
Yes, I cannot wait.
Oh.
Why you don't want to do it?
Because, so imagine, guys, that you get 10,000 people on a 2-block radius.
2 blocks with one stage.
I know. There's absolutely zero service left. Like,
What do you mean?
there's no phone service at all.
Oh, does it?
It shuts everything off. It's absolutely impossible to even accept a ride during Irish.
Really? I've never had that problem.
Oh yeah, twice, 2 years that I drove it. If you're too close to Irish,
Yeah.
you cannot. There's nothing but troubles on the app because it just can't get.
I didn't have trouble with that. Maybe it's because it's your Android phone.
Oh, shut up. Anyways, so yes, Iris on Ionia is back March 18th from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. in front of Hopcat.
Hopcat?
Yes.
No, it's further down than that, isn't it? Oh,
Hopcat is hosting the popular Irish on Ionia event with a full day of music, food, and beer on Saturday.
Hey, fuck you. I didn't read the article. It wasn't mine.
It is in front of Hopcat. So they actually right on Fulton. They shut off from Fulton and over to
Tavern on the Square?
yes, which is now called the Dublin.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Oh, gosh. It's been so long.
Which is weird because it's always going to be the Tavern.
Yeah, I didn't even know they changed the name, honestly. Now, has it always been that far? I always thought it was from, like, Hopcat to Tavern on the Square. I didn't think it was the full length, but maybe it's been a couple years.
It was all the way up.
Always?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
I think it's just easier. I mean,
Yeah.
they may not. They may not start the stage all the way up there, but they have it blocked up all the way up to the Fulton.
Yeah, I think it's better, too, because the problem is, so where do you pick people up? I mean, you can't stop on Fulton.
Correct. You
So-
do it on the other side. So
Yeah.
they usually have special RideShare zones right by Tavern on the Square or the Dublin.
Yeah.
So right there is your RideShare zone.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
I mean, I'm going to drive it. I mean, as much as I don't want anyone puking in the car. I mean,
Yeah.
like,
I mean,
it's
the other thing that is coming next Saturday on the 24th is Winter Beer Fest.
yeah. Oh, is that this month, too? Oh, I
That-
think I'll be gone.
February 24th is Winter Beer Fest.
No, that's your birthday weekend.
I know. I'm not driving.
Oh,
But it is still that day.
yeah.
I mean-
Okay. I in my head, you were like, well, I'm driving. And I'm like, wait a minute. You just said you weren't driving. It was your birthday weekend.
I am not driving. So, anyways, actually, so Steve, you say we have a venue that does not get service, and they set up temporary staging areas to get satellite service during events. They actually brought in one year. They brought in special antennas just for that. They have a mobile cell phone antenna. They tried to bring better signal because nobody has signal. It still didn't work shit. So.
Yeah, and then no one in the area, like anyone in the event, you can't text your friend like, "Hey, we're
Correct.
here." Oh.
Because this is just nobody has signal. It's
Well, they
just
better do something.
There's too many people in too condensed. So
I have a confession to make.
Okay.
Are you ready for this?
I don't know.
So Pete said, just pick them up in front of the Bob. No big deal. I'm picking people up in front of the Bob.
Oh, I am too.
And dropping them off. I don't care anymore.
But it's changed after the pandemic. No, I know you still legally can't.
Oh, but the busyness.
Yeah,
yeah.
And the cops don't seem to care.
I don't go there very much. There's not as many fights because I think they took away that club. They took the club out of there, right? And it's just event space now.
Correct.
So they don't have the dance club in there. So you're not.
Well, but they still have 8 bars on all floors. So there's 8 bars that are open all night long.
Yeah.
Till 1 a.m. Okay, but the police don't seem to care.
No, I never see cops over there.
I
anymore.
know. No, so here's the club is there, but they're only open for special events. It's not the Eve anymore. That's open every weekend.
First of all, okay, we have a lot to unpack here. First of all, what is Pete doing at a club? The bro doesn't.
That's where you start.
He gets his groceries delivered. Everything gets delivered. Why is the bro at a club? That's first of all. I got red flags going on. Probably a lady convinced him to go down there. Oh, it's a local Twitch meetup. Okay, never mind. Nerds. But I didn't get to invite it because I don't Twitch.
Yeah,
I don't stream on Twitch. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be much activity. I've literally only dropped. No, I don't work the late
right.
bar close, but I've only dropped people off at like 8:00.
So I must ask you a question.
Uh-oh.
What is the front and what is the back of the damn Bob?
Oh, no. I'm going to say.
Nobody knows anymore.
You're right. I'm going to say the Monroe side is the back.
That's what it is now. That's what people think now. And the 20 the.
Now that that entrance is used regularly. So Ottawa and Monroe. Back in the day.
The 20 Monroe Live side is the front.
Yeah, but that's different.
Yeah.
That's a different venue. But I'm saying officially now, the front is next to 20 Monroe Live.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
okay,
that's
got
the front, yeah.
And since they added that building, right, they kind of made that the front, and now the back's on Monroe.
It's just nobody knows.
Yeah.
And it used to be the main entrance used to be on Monroe. That's what they now call the back.
Yeah, it's so confusing. I always say, do you want Ottawa or Monroe side? If they're like, I don't know, I'm like, okay, I'll drop you where I feel like it.
Right. And they always say, just drop me where it's easiest.
Yeah.
So it's fine. And it's just,
yeah. Anyways, all the people that aren't local, they'll know about the Bob. We've talked about the Bob for 5 years.
Right.
So.
But Pete, Eve is not open every weekend. It is an event space that opens up for special events. Where all the fights happening now is the fucking social house.
Oh, yes. That's the new Bob. You're right. It is a shit show over
every weekend there's kids out there fighting, and the cops is there every weekend. It's like, oh, my God.
That's either the new Bob or the new Gardellos. Remember Gardellos near Hopcat? That used to be a bunch of fights, too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. So I wonder if that Twitch meetup, was that like an event that was created, Pete, or was that something that you guys just all went? Because maybe they rented like you said, it's an event space. So
I know they did it for New Year's Eve too. They had something going up there New Year's Eve, but yeah, that's it.
Janet, the Bob, add that to my trip itinerary. That I can do, Janet, because there are some nice restaurants in there.
There is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Real quick. Nope, we're not doing ad. We got so this was a poll too. The poll question was, do you think it's wrong for as an Uber driver to get gas when they have a PAX, if they have to get gas? Do you think that's wrong? It was 80% said it was wrong, 20% said it wasn't wrong, that they have no problem with it. So we're going to watch a video about that, and this lady pissed.
I need these Uber drivers to do better. I literally just had to tell an Uber driver, no, you cannot get gas. We're literally driving in the car, literally have somewhere to be. I actually paid like $2 extra so that I could get a quick Uber come to me in 2 minutes. So he literally starts pulling into the gas station. I was like, no. And he was like, no, like you're not going to get gas on my dime. Why would you accept a ride knowing you need to get gas? That's your problem, not mine.
I don't know why it's glitchy. StreamYard's on the. Anyways, literally, she said that about 20 times. So, what is your thought before I continue on that?
I would always try not to do it, but if I had to, I had to. I mean, if I'm running out of gas,
if you made the mistake of not getting it,
right?
The only time I've gotten it is I was pretty low. I got a long trip.
Right.
I negotiated cash with the trip. I'm like, I got to get gas. I'm not going to make it to Detroit, and that's the only time I've done it. I actually don't have a problem with it.
Oh, honestly, I don't either.
If you want, I mean, the rider pays up front. Like, you know what I mean? It's upfront pricing. So what does she care? It's an extra, 2 minutes?
Yeah, but right. And it doesn't change her price.
Her price at all. No. I mean, obviously, if he drove 30 minutes out of his way, it would change her price. But for the most part, it's upfront pricing. So
as long as he's just picking one on the way, I don't see the problem.
Yeah, and honestly, if it was that bad, like, when it's that bad, I feel like it is the driver's fault. But I also, Chris commented on that too. When I first met Chris Bosumas, he's a local driver in Grand Rapids. He asked to get gas when he picked me up, and I was like, "That's fine." And I was like, "I'm surprised I didn't have a problem with it." I was like, "Probably not. I probably just got laid for my wife because we were on an anniversary weekend, so I was probably not fussy about it." But yeah, Chris did that the first time we met. But clearly, I didn't. I mean,
I've never done it.
I haven't either, like I said. But I want to give a shout out for Steve from RideShare Rodeo for getting us that $10 sticker track.
Thank you, Steve.
Sticker chat. That says prayers for my hometown of East Lansing, Michigan, the state, and the community. As you've probably heard, there was a shooting, mass shooting there a couple days ago. So, yeah, it's shit's got to change. Don't know what it is, but shit's got to change.
Stuff.
But anyways, I just thought it was funny. This lady was really fussy about that. In her defense, this is the only defense I'm going to give her. She did pay extra to get a prior.
But she didn't pay extra. She probably picked the one that was going to be there fast, and it just cost her a little bit more extra.
No, it did say she chose priority. So in certain markets, you can choose priority. Like, they don't do shared rides or something like that. Like, they come pick you up. I think she was from New York. But anyways. She says literally too much, so we hate her anyways. I mean, literally. Hey, guys, I just want to mention Octopus.
I still have not been able to log in.
I don't know what to tell you, but I've already made $50, and I had a $25 bonus and $25 from earning, and that was just from last weekend because I was out for like 20 hours or whatever. But the link is in under description. They have an activation bonus now, and if you refer people, become a certain referral level. I forgot to tell you this. We got bumped up to $30 a referral now, not just $25.
Nice.
So once you refer a certain amount of people, you get bumped up into a tier. So just to let you know, Jesper, on a business end, I'm taking all the money that I earn, but I'm giving the referrals back to the business because this is a referral link for the business.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, so check it out, Octopus. It's a tablet that they can play trivia, have fun with. You earn by people actually playing the games and by driving around.
Is it that thing?
That thing? No, that's a first-generation iPad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's on the floor in our studio. No, it's in my car, damn it. But check it out. You'd be crazy not to use it. It's free money. So, yeah, the link is in our description.
So this one here is a sign at a McDonald's, and I must admit I don't understand. I guess I don't think it's that funny, but we'll read it. So it's fine.
It's because you're not a delivery driver.
No, I'm not.
Well, it's more. It's not a funny one. I have to ask a question about it.
Oh, so okay. So the sign says, it's a sign at a McDonald's. It says, delivery drivers, please have order number ready to be confirmed and let an employee know that you have arrived. If you are caught buying personal food at McDonald's during a delivery, we will report you to DoorDash.
That's the question.
Or Uber.
what is the problem?
I know.
Like, what is their problem with ordering personal food? Like, it shouldn't be an issue.
Unless the issue is that it takes longer.
Oh, yeah. If you're waiting for your own food and the DoorDash food is ready.
Right.
I can see that. I never even thought about that. Like, that's why I wanted the picture up. Yeah, I guess that makes sense because you're like, because you remember the deal that McDonald's and DoorDash signed like a year and a half ago?
Right.
That they're like, they're going to be penalized and they're eating the cost if the delivery takes too long.
Sure.
I bet you that's right. I mean, that makes sense. I was hoping it was more suspicious and we could talk about it more, but I think your reasoning is 100% right with your deduction. So
sorry about that.
So well done, my friend. Well done. You're way smarter than me. Did you go to public school or private school?
It was a private school, but in public school, but it's in Denmark, so we are always smarter than everybody else, you know.
Touche.
So, Steve, I still want to see that picture of you at a local bar with an octopus tablet around your neck. That's what I want to see.
He keeps saying that, but yet he's not proving that he's doing it. So I think he's just freaking being an idiot. This is weird. DoorDash introduces new safety features for riders. DoorDash riders. That doesn't seem right?
Right.
I mean, they're diners and delivery persons. They're not riders. We're not. I mean, I guess we're riders. No, they need to fucking change their title. It's like as bad as me spelling Cheetos wrong.
Chettos.
I got some healthy Chettos. This is how I'm not going to go through all these. It has a lot of new features. Of course, it's coming to iOS only for a while. Fucking iOS. I got an Android work phone. I don't care about iOS while I'm working. Damn it. So DoorDash will update customers with a prompt requesting them not to text delivery people while they're driving. This is all about safety. You're going to get more just one button presses instead of like, it used to be when you denied an order, it was like, I don't want this. What's the reason? Submit, a couple other things. And so they're adding a bunch of features. Like easy things like Gmail smart replies like, I'm on my way to the store. Kind of like Uber already does. I've arrived. Okay, got it. Which, again, DoorDash, what the fuck? It's 2023. Why aren't we doing that? So I think that's cool. They also are offering, this is where it borderlines the independent contractor and the W-2. They have training now in the app to do a fake delivery at your home so you can figure out how to do it. Like, accept the order, take a picture of it at your house and stuff like that. So then it's training. So it's like, oh, you're training us now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know we've talked about that with Uber. You have all these training videos, but why do we have to take them to be on the platform for independent contractors? So all in all, as much as I shit on DoorDash, I like that they're doing things. I like that they're working on things and being more safety conscious. I think it helps us all the way around. Randomly, I'll get asked, did you feel safe on this delivery? And I just click yes or no or whatever.
Now that you say that, 3 times last weekend, I got a text from Uber.
Really?
During my drive. But it was right after for whatever reason, I would like sometimes shut off the app. And as I shut it off, it comes up, are you happy with your Uber driving? It's like, are you happy with the app? It's like,
no.
Just ignore it, get rid of it. But it's like, what the fuck? like,
But they were saying that, I thought you said a safety thing was popping up.
Oh, no.
Oh, my bad.
Sorry. So in the app, I apologize. Yeah.
Why do developers do that?
I don't know.
I hate it. I'm not. If I really love your app, I'm gonna go give you a review. Like, there's not very many apps that
They weren't even asking for a review. It was just a
yes or
no.
Are
you happy? There was nothing. It was just like.
Are you happy driving for Uber?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was like, I don't care. Just get out of the way and then go back online.
That is strange. Remember we talked about the pins too? I got 3 pins over the weekend. Like, I had never gotten that before. And he's like, do you want my pin? And I got to say, honestly, and this is me judging, they all seem like pieces of shit that were asking me for pins. So I'm just saying, like, they might be, like, claiming false shit.
I noticed...
so judgy. Going straight to hell.
I noticed that even though they would say start with pin on them, there's a new. They have a new way that it must be that they must have enabled like a near NFS feature or something like that.
Yeah.
Because the moment they get in the car, and I say accept it, the
it
pin
pops
goes
up.
away. No, the need for pin go away. So even though it says start with pin, the moment my phone notices that the other phone is in the room,
together,
the pin is no longer needed and it just goes in.
No, that's pretty cool. That's some good technology. If it's either that or it's a bad glitch and you should have put the pin in anyway.
I don't know. But that happened 3 times to me.
Really?
It says ride with pin or start with pin. And then the moment they get in, I'm just able to start it anyways.
I actually like that.
I do too.
But then why even have the pin? Like
because
then Uber should do it on the back end that knows that, they make a match.
Well, mainly it's because the riders don't want the drivers to start without them in the car.
Oh yeah, I guess.
And then come back and say, well, the drivers can go back and say, I took the ride.
Oh.
Yeah, but he wasn't in the car.
Oh yeah. So you think it's more a customer turning the pin on?
Oh yeah.
It just says it's not Uber requiring them.
No, I think that it's a safety feature in the customer app.
Pete says, get an iOS, Jason. Stop being such a peasant. I do have an iOS. I have a brand new iPhone 14 Max. It's big. And
he paid like $1,700.
Yeah, at least. That was just the down payment. I got a little Pixel 4. It's so tiny in my hands. It's not. This thing is so giant compared to.
That's what she said.
That's what she said. That's perfect. Oh, I need to give you a button, too. So we saw an awesome picture out there. This was Jesper. I should have tried to Photoshop it, but I don't have skills.
It's because you wanted to put it on my car, what?
No, I wanted to write Uber Diamond Bitch.
Yeah.
Jesper is still, not after this past weekend.
No, I'm not.
But Jesper still wants to be Diamond Bitch.
He does.
Honestly, if the rides weren't so far away, $350 is kind of not a bad bonus just for...
It's not. But here's the thing. Right now, I'm just driving for the points, right?
Well, that's. Oh, okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
And then the 30 days before, I'll drive nice.
Oh, you'll just like
because the rating only goes for the last 30 days, and the points goes for 90 days. So just get the points up. Then the last month you drive nice, and then when it rolls over, you get a nice rating again.
So you're basically saying it doesn't do the 90 days for acceptance rate. It just at the end of that period you have to have an 85%.
Well, if I have the 85%, I'm gonna become diamond, right?
Do you think if it's how low is it right now? Do you know?
73.
Okay, which ain't bad at all.
No.
But if I was down in the 20s, there's no way in a month, unless you drove like every day, you're going to be able to get that back up to 100 or 85.
But it's a rolling 30 days. You don't even have to drive.
That can't.
It is that way because I had one day 2 weeks ago where I went from 36 to 84, like that. Because it rolled into a new period where now I had driven nice.
Well, I don't understand how you would get. Explain it to me again.
So if 30 days ago or 29 days ago, I have a day where I don't accept any rides because they're all stupid, right?
Right.
And so my accepting rating plummets. Right. So
On
31 days from now,
yeah,
that day is gone. No longer takes into the plummeting date. And I drive nice all the other days.
That's true. Okay, I understand now.
Now my
that one
is,
bad day drops off. It's like a rating where the rating would drop off.
Correct.
Okay.
And then it goes from here to up here.
All right, I want to see your plan. If it works, I might think about it. But
I mean, I think right now I have 240 points.
And what do you need for Diamond?
1,000.
Holy shitballs.
I know.
You got some work to do, buddy. You got to start accepting all those Uber X's and not just like...
No, because honestly, when I drive normally, I'm in my normal bonus, XL and Comfort only, they give me 3 points.
Oh, you get more for XL and Comfort?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that. Oh, that makes sense.
XL gets 3 points.
Oh, and X only gets 1?
I think so. I mean, I get a
know.
bunch of...
You want to be Diamond Bitch, and you don't even know the point system.
I know. I just want to get $350.
All right. Local rideshare drivers temporarily not accepting rides. Let's watch this video.
The drivers started their stoppage at 3 o'clock today and plan to not accept rides again until 3 o'clock on Sunday. I'm told there are about 100 drivers from both Lyft and Uber, and they're asking for better pay and more protection.
I got in so many situations that I had nothing to do but just pray to God to save me and save my life.
Syed asked we not use his last name out of fear. He drives for both Uber and Lyft, and he says he has dealt with aggressive passengers often and has even added a camera to his car for protection. He and the other rideshare drivers are asking Lyft and Uber to add more safety measures too and increase their pay. They tell me they make a third of each fare, and with that, they pay for their gas, maintain their vehicles, and find ways to stay safe. I spoke with a pizza shop owner who says he uses rideshare for his business, and although the stoppage could impact him, he says he stands behind the drivers.
I don't want to work with them, but I don't have another chance because they're cutting like 35%, and the profit on pizzeria is like 15%, so I'm losing money.
The drivers I spoke with say they will be protesting here at Stanwix and Liberty tomorrow afternoon, and they will be on strike until 3 o'clock on Sunday. Downtown.
All right, I'm not going to watch the rest. First of all, the other guy's talking about Uber Eats, so I don't know how that has.
Yeah, there was some confusion going on there. So, where was this?
Pittsburgh.
Okay.
You know, it's a city in the country.
No, I understand. I'm going back to the whole point. Is like, is it gonna matter if 200 drivers?
Right. Well, it's 100.
Well, it's on for each platform, right? So.
Oh well,
it could be the same 100.
Either way, if it's 300, my point is they're asking for safety thing. What is Uber supposed to do? They have implemented so many safety features. Like, literally, what are you supposed to do? You want an armed guard to ride around each ride with you? Like, I'm actually curious what you think, what extra safety they could provide. Like, if you thought about your safety, what could they provide?
I think the only thing that I think they can do better that they're not doing today is require background checks on riders.
Well, that...
But
okay.
It's never going to happen.
All right. Yeah. Okay. I didn't give you any parameters, so that would be something like you would like to see.
Well, I don't care in my market because it's fine.
But
we don't have that problem. But I can see it. I wouldn't. There's no way I would drive in Chicago.
Right. Well, yeah. But here's the thing. So I'm gonna be devil's advocate on your background check. You got a guy that 5 years ago was down on his luck and he robbed somebody. And they do a background check. He's not able to get a ride.
No, I know.
You know what I mean? It's not fair to them. I'm just saying I don't think that's feasible, but I'm like, do you have a feasible one that said?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I know. I feel they got pins. They could offer a dash cam. I liked Bosch. With that, you know what I found out? I dug into that a little more, and I actually emailed them. I haven't heard back. It's actually an SOS button you can put anywhere in the car. It's not even on the camera.
Oh, okay.
So you can put it on your seat and tap it. Like, other than Uber providing the dash cams, which I think they should, and having it uploaded constantly, I think that's the only extra thing that they could do.
Yeah, but we're not ready for that yet. I mean,
well, I think we are.
Yeah, but do we have that kind of bandwidth?
I mean, I think we do. I mean, I think it's possible, or at least some local storage somewhere, whatever. It stores on your phone, or I don't know what it is.
Imagine how much that could be misused. Holy shit.
Well, just something that you can't access. We did talk about it. They do have a camera that you can buy from them that does that, right? But I'm just saying, I think, again, this is contractor versus W2.
Oh, yeah.
I think Uber should buy dash cams. I think people, then they'd be like, what else? That's why I'd like to interview those guys. What else do you guys want for safety?
Right.
What can Uber do? I guess I would put them on the spot and say, tell me.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But there's nothing they can do.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Larry says my points depend on time of day. That is true. And Janet says we need 2,800 points for Diamond. My guess is they get more points per ride then?
Yeah, they
would have to.
But maybe that was how. Maybe I remembered it incorrect. Maybe
you're fine. You don't need 2,800. I can tell you that.
No. I know it's 1,000. But I'm just saying. Maybe my 3-pointers is also during those periods.
Yeah.
I forget.
Instead of the XL part.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Okay. Real quick, we have our sponsor back, our boy, Middleton Tech, Gary. He has 3 apps, Driver Utility Helper, Flex Alert, and Maximo. You can go ahead and click that link in the description. These apps will keep you safer on the road, and they will make you more money. I guarantee it. I will guarantee it'll make you more money. It helps you cherry pick. It sets up all the parameters that you want to. Are you peeing in that bottle right now? I mean, you brought it down underneath your crotch, and I'm like, I'm getting really nervous while I'm doing this ad. Check out the link in the description. We've talked about Middleton Tech before. It's incredible. His apps, I use them all the time. I pay for the subscription. It's worth it. You may literally in one shift, you'll make your money back for the.
But it's only safer if you actually use our link to download
Yes,
it.
it only works with our link. If you use any other link, your phone melts.
Yeah, you have to use our link.
We appreciate Gary supporting the.
We may get paid a little bit for the links.
Of course we do. Of course we do. It's affiliate marketing. Welcome to 2023. That's
2023.
That's
but
what everyone does.
I mean, the truth of the matter is we do like his apps, and we use them, and we save time, and we make more money too.
Yeah, we do. Real quick, Jesper, do you know why I'm sharing this picture? This was for you. You have to talk about it, so I'm putting you on the spot.
Yeah, I do know why.
Why?
Because it is an incredibly long way. So they want 32 miles.
Nope. 18 miles.
Well, no.
35 minutes.
Well, you got to drive 4 miles.
Okay, so 22 miles.
22 miles and 42 minutes for $16.
Right. No, I don't care about that. We know about their terrible pricing. Look at the bottom part. Top tipper rider. They're letting you know, unless somebody Photoshopped that. Again, I'm a Photoshop. I get fooled by Photoshop.
I've never seen that.
I haven't either. So I'm like, oh, are they letting the driver know that this rider tips constantly?
Interesting.
Very interesting. Even Chris didn't count that when I shared it in the group. He's like, "Oh, that's a terrible ride." He didn't comment on that top tipper rider. Now, maybe it's added. Maybe someone photoshopped that, but I'd be curious to know if that's true. Because I fucking take that ride if that popped up. If I knew he tipped on a regular basis, I would take that ride.
But it depends on how much he tips. It could be,
of course,
you do roll.
Exactly. You do roll the dice on that it could be only $1. But I'm just saying, I've always talked about, what have I always said? If the riders could pre-tip the drivers, we would much more likely to go pick them up. So that could be kind of something. That's my idea. Someone stole my idea. They're letting us know.
I must say, and everybody knows this, right? But about 25% of my drivers on my fares Saturday night and Friday night tip me, maybe even close to 30% of my drivers.
Yeah, riders,
sorry.
Said it twice.
Not even 10% tip me on Sunday.
Well, of course, it's daytime.
I know.
Rarely get tipped on during the day.
It's like, why?
Well, it's a party atmosphere at night. That's just how it is. People are more generous. They're going out on the town. Like, I do the same thing.
But it's like, ugh. So they get 5 points in New Zealand.
Monday through Thursday, 7 to 9, 5 to 7. Okay, during rush hour.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, this is fucking hilarious. So Instacart Karen, I called it. Says, can you have this is Instacart. Yeah, I just said that. Can you have the butcher to cut the chicken in quarters? And she's like, please. I'm like, I'm sorry, but since I'm on double batch, I do not have time to do that. And then like, look at it's a freaking, is there a butcher at is this is Aldi, right? Oh no, it's Kroger. It is Kroger.
They have a butcher.
Yeah, they do have a butcher. But I'm like, you can't just buy a whole chicken and hand it to the butcher.
You can.
You can?
Oh, yeah.
Even if it's already pre-wrapped?
Yep.
Like not buying it from the butcher, but like going over there. Really?
Yep. You can do the same with the pork loin.
Oh, really?
If you do have a pork loin at Meyer, you take a pork loin and say, hey, can you go up to the butcher and say, hey, do you mind cutting this into 1-inch slices?
Do they repackage it then and then put the price on it?
Yeah.
I did not know that. Anyways, well, it's still ridiculous to ask your Instacart guy to freaking chop up the chicken. I did not know that was a thing.
It is a thing.
You're teaching me so much shit tonight. This has been such a learning show. Okay, so we're 101. So
I know.
Let's do this TikTok and then we'll wrap it up and go to Patreon because we said we'd be there at 9:15. So, do you want to talk about this one or do you want me to?
You go ahead and do it.
So this is a TikTok of a lady bitching about the So I'm actually going to show you the guy's one first and tell me what you think. And then I actually went back and watched her original one. It's a little bit, it's not It's more than meets the eyes. Uh-oh, did I add it? Okay, I did. Okay, so here's his TikTok.
This is exactly why they shouldn't require you to tip ahead of time. People should do their jobs before they
should go back and watch that video for greater context. But my response to this lady is basically like, yeah, DoorDash is like gig economy. And, you said a key word there. People should do their jobs. It's not their job. DoorDash isn't somebody's job. DoorDash is something somebody does to help make ends meet, which means if they're doing it, ends probably aren't meeting too well because DoorDash doesn't really give you a good percentage of the delivery fee. That's why everybody complains about the tip. And so I think that's the problem with the gig economy. Not saying that it's bad inherently, but the way it's done is if the middleman is taking out too much money, then the person who's providing the service really doesn't have a lot of incentives to do a great job. And also the app doesn't really hold the drivers that accountable. So it's the middleman that's the problem. Be mad at DoorDash, not the drivers. That's all I'm saying. Do better.
So why did you share this one? Because the guy doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
I know.
He's like, it's DoorDash. I'm like, no, it's not. It's the fucking restaurant.
Right.
Well,
I shared it because of his comments about the
not being a job.
I know. Yeah.
Did you watch her video?
No.
Okay, we'll watch hers now, and you'll be like, what?
This is exactly why they shouldn't require you to tip ahead of time. People should do their jobs before they get their tip. This is not my fucking order. My name is not Eddie. This was on the outside of the bag so the driver could clearly see this order. I ordered 2 sandwiches. That's it. And this is what I get. Like, what the fuck, DoorDash? Your drivers are fucking idiots.
I agree with her. The driver, it is the driver's fault. See, he cut that video
Well,
off.
of course.
So I was like, something's not adding up. So I went back and watched hers. Yes, it is the driver's job. You need to verify. Just because someone hands you a bag and says it's yours, fucking look at the name.
Right.
Are you fucking stupid? And then that guy, like, he doesn't.
But I think it depends on who does it, because there's plenty of drivers out there who just doesn't care.
No, you're right. But I'm saying who's at blame right here? I guess it could be the restaurant that they put the wrong receipt on the bag.
But that's not what it was. She said the receipt said Eddie. I'm not Eddie.
Right.
And the receipt had that food on it.
Oh, that's true.
So it was obviously not her food. It was not her bag.
So it was the driver's fault.
Well, I mean, it's the restaurant's fault and the driver's fault.
How is it the restaurant's fault?
Because the restaurant probably handed the wrong bag.
Okay. So you just don't have to do anything? You just
No, of
grab
course.
it?
No, I said it's both fault.
No.
The driver should also double check.
But what if it's a shelf system where you just go grab it?
Well, true. Yeah.
Well, then you're really stupid because
Absolutely.
you have to read it on a shelf system.
Correct.
Chances are they did hand it to him, and it was wrong.
Right.
So.
But again, he should still double check.
100%.
Right.
Like, I have so many people say to me, "Oh, thank you for reading the instructions." I'm like, yeah, that's part of the job. Like, you have to read, because it's like a little challenging to get to the area. She's like, "Oh, you found it. You didn't have to call me." I'm like, "No, I just read what you put in the app." She goes, "No one ever does." I'm like, how hard is it? This is why we get mocked as gig workers, because you can't fucking read 3 sentences.
Well, and I think I think you said it right now, right? It's like, come on, guys. This isn't rocket science.
It's not. Just read. If you want to wear pajamas while you deliver, I don't care, but just read the instructions.
Nothing about the gig economy is rocket science.
No. By the way, I have a story about a delivery I had. We'll talk about that on the Patreon. Guys, thank you so much for listening to the Gig Economy Podcast. Next week, B-Side with Hannibal is Hungry. I can't wait to interview him. If you want to join us on the Patreon, patreon.com/the Gig Econ Podcast. And don't put up with anyone's bullshit.
And we'll see you on the road.